Okay, there you go. Good day everyone. In this video, I'm going to show you what is the basic setup or just the typical setup for small area for our basic network desktop architecture diagram setup. First is we have a setup of with internet or without internet. That is why I'm shown in this diagram. We have the ISP or the internet service provider. What are those internet service provider? There is local and there is also international. By means that, for example, here in the Philippines, we have Globe, Smart, Globe, the Smart, that's the typical way. Or they are so-called as the Converge, PLDT, Parasat, and that's the local one. Now, when it comes to the international, the only known international provider here in the Philippines that is allowed is the Starlink by the what? Tesla, I guess. No. Yeah, by Elon Musk. So that's why we have ISP. If you have a ISP, that means that you need an internet. If you don't, then in your setup, if you don't need, then you don't need. That's that way. Anyway, in continuation, in this portion after the ISP, we have the router or the modem. Why there is a dash or symbol for our setup? Because some modem can accommodate going to, not the some, which is the standard. The modem can need to direct connect to our ISP from ISP going to the modem. But however, the router, some router can accommodate directly to them. That means that from our ISP going to our router can accommodate directly the internet to provide. And also we have the example, the router, not 8 port, that's 4 port. Means that, for example, this one I have here is a TP-Link AC dual band AC Wi-Fi router. That means this is the ARC24. It has a dual band for 33 Mbps plus 300 Mbps. That means, I guess, this is for single band, and the other band is the 2G, I guess, and the 4G is the 400. And it has a WPA3 security, and it can be also made as router, access point, range extender, or the WAP, wireless access point, and it has IPTV and 4K supported whatsoever. Anyway, so in continuation, in this router, it only have 4 ports. That means that once you connect the modem going to this router in the yellow one, not the yellow one, the one, this blue one, means that all 4 ports can provide internet to wired connection. Sir, you might, what if with wireless? The wireless, you don't need to connect via these LAN ports, the LAN 1, 2, 3, 4, because as mentioned, it's wireless. That means you use as, for example, like Wi-Fi. That's the point. So anyway, if you have 10 PC, then you need a switch. What is that mean? That means that one connection going to our LAN 1, for example, LAN 3 or LAN 4, LAN 2, just only one going to our switch or patch panel, then it provides directly all, for example, you have 8-port switch. That means that it will take the 1 port from our switch going to our 1 port of router. That means that, example, this portion, this LAN 1 going to our switch, then it will serve 7 connection availability to our switch. So that is why in this setup we have switch or patch panel. What is a patch panel? This one is the basic standard, the basic one. This means that this has 1, 2, 3 and going to 24 ports. But in patch panel, it has also a color combination. So later part, I'll just discuss that one. This one, this one, that setup, and that setup, and that setup. So that's the patch panel, the face of the patch panel, the basic setup. Anyway, in continuation, if you have a setup of with server client setup or with not server client setup. If yes, then this is the setup that you need to focus with. Because in a client server setup relationship, it needs a domain. That means that they have a private whatsoever relation or connection, because the client need to join a domain. For example, we have testa.com and the setup of the server desktop. Then all clients devices need to join that domain so that they will have a private connection or set up with the server and the client. Okay? That's why I mentioned, if we have, for example, if yes, going to our ISP, going to our modem or router, one connection to our router port, going to this one, blah blah blah, this one, and that's one connection. It will take one connection from our switch. This is, for example, this is an 8-port switch. This means that in our switch, all the 7, this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 can provide internet connection. But because if you mention we have a server client relationship set up, that means we have the server, the client, and the client. So that means that one connection only going from our router, one, this one, going and to our switch, it provides 7 connection. Okay, and when it comes to our server, it only takes 1, and for our client 1 and 2, it will also take 1 and 1 going to this client 2 and going to this client